Hello everyone and welcome back to another video with On Point Politics, and today we're going to be looking at the latest individual polling data from every single state. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you want more content just like this, and make sure to follow Twitter and join the Discord server in the description down below. And make sure to go ahead and possibly donate to our crowdfunding for the latest Virginia poll that we are going to conduct. We are currently almost halfway to our goal right now with just 7 donations. You know, when we do polling, it is not free and we do have to pay for respondents. So I would greatly appreciate any support that you guys would be able to give to our fundraiser. And so now we're going to be going over every single state as of right now in alphabetical order. The first one being the state of Alabama. The latest poll indicates Donald Trump is going to be ahead by 20 percentage points. That would indicate a 5-point shift towards Joe Biden from the previous election cycle. And so that will be in the safe Republican column. Now, just to clarify, this is not my official prediction, but is merely what the latest polling data is showing in every single state. The next state we're going to be looking at is the state of Arizona, which is a crucial battleground state that Biden won in the last cycle. The latest poll indicates Donald Trump will win the state by 7 points, which indicates a 7.3 percentage point shift from the 2020 presidential election. That puts the state in the likely Republican column. The next state we have is the state of Arkansas, a state Donald Trump won very easily in the last cycle. It shows a 32-point win. This indicates a 4.1 percentage point shift to the right from the previous cycle. That puts the state in the safe Republican column. The next state we have is the state of California, a state Biden won very easily. We see a 5-point shift with this new poll, with Biden up being 24 percentage points in the state of California. That's going to put that state in the safe Democrat column. If we look at the next state, the state of Colorado, it is a 10-point victory in the latest poll, which indicates a 3.5-point shift from the previous cycle towards Donald Trump, putting the state in the likely Democrat column for this video. The next state's going to be the state of Connecticut. It is a plus 9-point victory for Joe Biden. That would actually indicate an 11-point shift to the right from the previous cycle. The next state's going to be the state of Delaware, which is a plus 10 state for Joe Biden in the latest poll. We can clearly see that that is about a 10-point shift from the previous cycle as well. The District of Columbia is going to be a safe margin. There is no new polling data, but based on historical data and previous elections, we pretty much can indicate that that state is going to be in the safe Democrat column. The state of Florida, a state Donald Trump won by 3.4% despite losing re-election. The latest poll shows him winning it by 6 points, which is a 2.7 percentage point shift from the previous cycle in his favor. That's going to put the state in the likely Republican column. The next state's going to be the state of Georgia, a state that Biden narrowly won in the previous cycle. We can see here the state indicates Georgia's going to be a 2-point victory for Donald Trump, a 2.3 percentage point shift from the previous cycle, putting the state in the lean Republican column. The next state's going to be the state of Hawaii, where Joe Biden has recently faced scrutiny for his Maui fire disaster. And we see that the latest poll only has Biden up by 8 points. That indicates an over 10-point shift. It would actually be around a 21-point shift towards Donald Trump. That would be a crazy shift in the state of Hawaii. That puts the state in just the likely Democrat column in the state of Hawaii. The next state is going to be the state of Idaho, a state Donald Trump won in the safe Republican column. We can see it's a 29-point victory. It is indicated that this would be a 2-point shift towards Joe Biden from the previous election, but it is still in the safe Republican column no matter what. We can also see in the state of Illinois, Joe Biden leads by 10 points. This indicates a 7-point Republican shift from the last cycle. That's going to put the state in the likely Democrat column. In the state of Indiana, we see Donald Trump leads by 21 points, indicates a 5-point shift in his favor. That puts the state in the safe Republican column for this video. In the state of Iowa, a state that's been trending to the right, we see Donald Trump 18-point victory, a 9.8 percentage point shift in his favor. That's going to put the state in the safe Republican column. In the state of Kansas, another safe Republican state from the previous cycle, a 1.3 percentage point shift in the polls here indicates Donald Trump would win the state by around 16 points. So that puts the state in the safe Republican column as well. The state of Kentucky, another safe Republican state, a 2-point shift towards Trump in the latest poll from the 2020 election, puts that state in the safe Republican column. Another Republican state, Louisiana, 15 points. It actually indicates a 5-point shift to the left, but that state is still going to be in the safe Republican column either way. State of Maine at large is very interesting because polling indicates that it would actually be a plus Trump 1 lead. However, they do have ranked choice voting, and this pollster actually did a ranked choice voting poll, and it actually indicates at the last round that Biden would eke out the state with a 2-point victory, presumably putting Maine's first in the safe column and Maine second in the safe column for both parties respectively, giving Donald Trump 116 electoral votes to Biden's 103 thus far. We see in the state of Maryland, Donald Trump is down in the state by quite a bit. He's down in a poll by 26 points. In the state of Massachusetts, he's down by 26. Biden leads by 26 points in the latest Massachusetts poll as of right now. In the state of Michigan, a state that Donald Trump barely lost last cycle and won in 2016, the latest poll actually indicates that Biden would be up here by 6 percentage points. Morning Consult just put out a couple of new polls in some of the swing states. Some of the results, in my opinion, are pretty conflicting, and you could even say this +6 Michigan poll is an outlier, but it is the latest poll from the state, and so we are going to have to put Michigan in the likely Democrat column as of right now. In the state of Minnesota, however, we have better news for Trump. Donald Trump's actually up in the state by 1 point. This would indicate an 8-point shift from the last cycle, and that puts the state in the lean Republican column for this video. In the state of Mississippi, Donald Trump leads by 18. This would indicate almost a 2-point shift to the right from the previous cycle, another safe Republican state. If we look at Missouri, another safe Republican state, a very tilt shift towards Donald Trump from the previous cycle. That puts the state in the safe Republican column once more. In the state of Montana, Donald Trump actually loses 0.4 percentage points, but it is still in the safe Republican column nonetheless. We can see in the state of Nebraska that Donald Trump is going to win all of the at-large and congressional districts, except that Nebraska's second, which in the latest poll, it is a likely margin for Biden of +5 percentage points. We see here in the state of Nevada, Donald Trump leads here by 6 points. That's an 8.4 percentage point shift to the right as of right now. That's going to put the state in the likely Republican column. We also see in the state of New Hampshire, Donald Trump's actually up here by 2 percentage points. That would be a 9-point shift to the right of the nation in this latest poll from the 2020 election as of right now. In the state of New Jersey, Donald Trump also leads by 1 percentage point. That would indicate a 17-point shift to the right from the last cycle, putting Trump well ahead of Biden in this early electoral college lead. We see in the state of New Mexico, Biden in the latest poll only leads by 1. That indicates a 9.8 percentage point shift in favor of Donald Trump, putting the state in the lean Democrat column. We see in the next poll, in the state of New York, that Joe Biden is only leading in the latest poll by 8 points. We see that's over a 10-point shift. It's actually like a 13-point shift to the left as of right now. That's going to put the state in the likely Democrat column. We see in the next state, North Carolina, Donald Trump is expected to win it by 2 points, a 0.7-point shift from the previous cycle. That puts the state in the lean Republican column. In the state of North Dakota, Donald Trump leads by 34 points, a slight shift in favor of the former president in the state of North Dakota. That's going to put the state in the safe Republican column as well. Ohio, another state, it actually basically ends up being a no change with Donald Trump up by 8 percentage points, the same result from the last cycle, putting the state in the likely Republican column. We see in the state of Oklahoma, another safe Republican state, a 3-point shift towards Joe Biden in this latest poll with Trump up by 30 points, but still the state will be in the safe Republican column either way. We see in the state of Oregon, Joe Biden suffers a 5-point loss in this latest poll from the 2020 election, but still ends up winning the state in the likely category. We see in the next state, Pennsylvania, Donald Trump is actually up here by 3 points, indicates a 4-point shift to the right from the last cycle, and that's going to put the state in the lean Republican column. We see in the next state, Rhode Island, Joe Biden is actually up here by quite a decent amount. He's actually up here by a safe margin in that latest poll in the state of Rhode Island. In the state of South Carolina, Donald Trump is gaining about 2 points from 2020 in this latest poll of Trump plus 14. That's going to put the state in the likely Republican column. In the state of South Dakota, Donald Trump leads by 19. This indicates a 7-point shift towards Joe Biden, but will nonetheless still be in the safe Republican column. We see in the state of Tennessee, Donald Trump suffers a 5-point loss from the last election, putting him at plus 18 in this latest poll, but still a safe Republican state nonetheless. And you can see he's slowly closing in on his 270 margin, and we see Texas is going to be the one that actually puts him on top, a 9-point margin in the state of Texas as of right now. I also forgot to do the state of Alaska. That actually puts Donald Trump up by 23 percentage points in the state of Alaska. He's basically crossed the 300 mark as of right now. The next state, the state of Utah, has Donald Trump up by 29 points. That'd be a 9-point shift in his favor. We also see in the state of Vermont, Joe Biden in the latest poll leads by about 28 points. That's going to put the state in the safe Democrat column. We see in the state of Virginia, Donald Trump is actually shifting the state 9 points in this latest poll, with Biden only up by a single point in the state of Virginia, putting that in the lean Democrat column. The states of Wyoming and West Virginia are safe margins for the former president, as they have gone for him by safe margins in the last 2 cycles, and the latest polls indicate a 53-point win in Wyoming and a basically 29-point win in West Virginia respectively. In the state of Wisconsin, Donald Trump suffers a loss of about a point from the last election, and it shows a Biden lead of +2. That puts the state in the lean Democrat column. And in the state of Washington, we see a +16 lead for Joe Biden. This is going to put the state in the safe Democrat column. And so this is the end. This is the end of the video. Donald Trump is up with 315 electoral college votes to Biden's 223 electoral college votes. Make sure to go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new and you want more content just like this. Make sure to follow the Twitter and join the Discord server in the description down below. And make sure to go ahead and donate to our crowd raising funding for the state of Virginia's poll that we are about to conduct with SoCal Research. Any support is greatly appreciated. And that is the end of the video, guys. I hope to see you guys in the next one.